Good evening and welcome to Anime-Zing Radio here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. I'm your host, Doug Engler. Joining me in the co-host seat, as always, is our good friend, Miss Angela Rose.
Hi, everyone.
And Mr. Darren Starling.
Darren who?
He did.
Again.
Rest in peace.
Our VTuber extraordinaire, Kaya Tianu, unfortunately is unable to join us. He said that he wasn't going to be home until late, and he's got stuff he's got to do in the morning. So sadly, he is going to be missing the show this week. I do not have to worry about being called out for work, so you've got me here all night, unlike last week where I was only here for a short time.
And I'm off tomorrow, so
I am off tomorrow as well, which feels really nice considering the fact that I've worked 6 of the last 7 days. And almost all of them were 12-hour days.
Take me back to COVID.
All right.
And good evening, John. Nice to see you, John Knight, in the chat. I hope everybody out there is having a good week. It has been a warm week. It's going to be even warmer this week coming up. I thought days that was going to be near 100 degrees this week up here.
Same down here. The heat indexes, the heat going to be in the 100 pluses, and the heat index going to be around 115 from the sound of it.
I did watch a little bit of anime today, trying to catch up on a couple of shows. I got through about 3 episodes of Vending Machine, so I got 3 to go. And then I've got a few other shows to watch and catch up on. It's just been tough because it seems like most of this week especially, it was work 12 hours, rest for 10, sleep most of that 10 hours off, and then work again. And that's how it was Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I had a minute to breathe on Thursday before going back out again Friday and back again Saturday. Got home this morning and then slept for a while.
I was not able to watch anything this week, but I am only caught up on, or was caught up on Slime, Wistoria, and My Angel Next Door, which My Angel Next Door ended already, so my heart hurt there for a while because I love my romance, and my hero is adorable.
And I noticed that the summer shows have started to drop. The Cat and the Dragon dropped yesterday. I will probably watch that later tonight after the show, after we're done on the air here. And also in celebrity news, happy birthday to Mel Brooks, who has turned 100. I know we've talked a lot about Spaceballs 2 coming out. Mel Brooks just turned 100 not long ago, so big happy birthday to him. Hello to Sictor. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Hopefully you're having a wonderful weekend. What is new in the world of you guys?
I'm totally not caught up on anime. And by that, I mean we've got the final episodes of the ones we're watching. And that will likely be a later this week thing. And John Knight says he just got My Hero Academia Complete Season 2 Blu-ray from Amazon. Heck yeah. Enjoy.
And hello to Theo Andrade in the chat. People tuning in via the mobile side of things, and it's wonderful seeing new faces in here. I hope you all are having a wonderful weekend.
Yes.
In
sports news, The Red Sox have beaten the Yankees 3 games out of a 4-game set, and Game 4 is currently in the bottom of the third.
Nice.
It's
I did
it's
see
good.
I did see a highlight where there was some yapping back and forth on a walk where the Red Sox player tossed the bat to the side and the Yankees took exception to it. And just like the good old days, benches cleared.
Yeah.
The good old days back when the teams really, really hated each other. Not just the fans, but the teams hated each other. Fights were common. You think back to the good days of like Pedro versus the fat bald guy.
Oh,
Zimmerman.
Don Zimmer.
Yeah, Don Zimmer.
And then the Red Sox Yankees rivalry is a thing.
I feel like it died down a little bit after the Red Sox finally won the World Series back in 2004. And then again in 2007.
It did, but
I feel like baseball's at its best when those two teams hate each other.
Here's the thing. The best way to get a Boston crowd riled up is to tell them New York is better at something.
Or send in the Scottish.
Yeah.
With the World Cup stuff.
And sadly, Scotland has officially been eliminated.
I did see the U.S. is advancing on.
So is Mexico, so is Canada.
So North America is still doing good.
Yep.
I have seen probably a grand total of maybe an hour's worth of World Cup on TV, and that's only because of going to restaurants where they have it up on the screens. I'm not a big soccer person. Like I'll watch it if it's on and there's nothing better on, but I don't understand all the rules and some of the stuff. Like you see people kicking and knocking each other down, and one case they hold up a card, and another case they just get up and throw the ball in, and off we go again. And Ross in the chat says, hello, saw the first 3 episodes of Bleach, 1,000-Year Blood War today in theaters. This final season is gonna be good. I have not seen a single episode of Bleach.
Likewise.
Same.
Those who know the show know that I am one of those people who have never seen most of the popular shows. And of the popular shows that I have seen, I usually drop by season 4.
Whereas if I've seen a show, I'm the completionist that will watch it sunken cost fallacy all the way to the end, regardless.
Except for Conception.
At popular, we said you.
That show is popular somewhere.
Not here.
About to say popular for all the wrong reasons. Like popular in the sense of if you watch it, you're insane. Which I guess that makes me and you insane.
Yeah.
I think that makes all of us a little insane. But
no, insane is the fact that I think my wife said that she would watch it again.
Just why?
Yeah, agreed. Just why?
Because.
About to say, I feel that show could almost be described as furry bait. I don't know.
That's only because of the red panda.
I know, but still.
Oh, bloody hell.
And the chat, John Knight says, today is Sonny Straight's birthday. The voice of Koro Sensei in Assassination Classroom, President Mike in My Hero Academia, and Maple and King Happy in Show by Rock. I did get to meet Sonny Strait, got his autograph on a piece, and because he didn't have a Maple image, he drew a little maple on the piece that he signed, which was really cool. And I think that was before I had the Show by Rock art book that I've been working on.
Yep.
I do know that was it PortCon Maine was this weekend or just happened recently? I thought I saw something on social media.
I think that it was either this weekend or last weekend. I do not remember which.
That is one convention when I was living in New England I actually never made. I never made it to PortCon. I always went to Anime-Zing.
I went to PortCon once a very, very, very long time ago for Saturday only.
I know that the next convention that I can confirm I'll be going to is going to be Animate Philadelphia in October. And I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be that's part of the GalaxyCon franchise. And I know they have an Animate down in Raleigh, in Darren's neck of the woods.
Yep,
So-
in January.
So,
GalaxyCon is next month.
surprise. Turns out I'll actually be going to AAC, which
Oh,
is in
sweet.
August.
I am excited that it is going back to the old hotel.
Well, AAC is. I have a history with that convention because that is where I met my husband and that is where he proposed. So it's gone back to the original hotel, and apparently the place where we met no longer exists in the same spot because of how they redid the hotel.
So that's good and bad.
Yeah. No, but it's in August as opposed to its normal October, so we'll be there for that.
I have not been to AAC in many years.
Same.
I've never been.
It wasn't Parking Lot Con. I think it was the year after Parking Lot Con was the last year that I made AAC.
I heard stories about Parking Lot Con.
I felt bad for the vendors or Tent Con, Parking Lot Con, whatever you want to put it. They had all the vendors outside in tents. It had snowed, so water was leaking under the tents.
And October, I was going to say October runs the gambit. It can be unseasonably warm and you can have 60 to 70 degree weather, or it can snow.
That particular year, it had snowed, and I felt horrible for the vendors and stuff. I know we bought a few things from vendors out there, but I know it's really like I think that was the year that AAC found out, oh, well, we're not at the host hotel anymore, so we have less than a year to try to scramble and find someplace or else cancel. So they kind of pieced things together, but
Yep. And yeah. But
speaking of snow, supposedly it's snowing right now in the middle of the country, in Montana and Idaho and out that way. They said they had basically blizzard warnings.
that's kind of insane.
yep.
Sorry to throw you off track. I just thought that was kind of unusual.
That is. It is
No,
very-
agreed.
I mean, we're in June. You'd expect snow like.
We're almost at the 4th of July. Who are we kidding?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's about to be 115 degrees over here, but they're out there getting snow. Like,
See, 100+ degrees where you are for July is I hesitate to say, knock on wood, normal.
it's close enough to normal. It's just the difference is the humidity has drastically increased over the years. It's way more humid than it was 20 years ago. But in terms of temperatures, I mean, they're no different than how they normally are for this time of year. It's just that I think a lot of the people, and that also besides the fact the media loves to freak everybody out, is a lot of the people that are now here are used to the temperatures up y'all's way because that's where they used to live. So they're not used to the heat, humidity, and unpredictable weather down here.
Yeah, no. Heat and humidity, right out.
Yeah,
A lot of the people I've talked to recently seem to be from Jersey.
Jersey.
yeah, humidity kind of sucks.
Mm-hmm.
And hello to Clo M&M. Great to see you in the chat. Says meow meow meow. Oh no, wait, I'm a chicken. Hold up. I had to snicker at that. That's pretty good. And then came back with buck 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 buck.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Nothing really new here since last week. And Ross says August 2nd, as opposed to the 4th of July, will be America's actual 250th birthday.
Elaborate. Because of the leap year?
No idea.
I think that's the signing of the. I believe the 4th of July is when the Declaration of Independence was signed versus the Constitution. In a non-anime related entertainment note, I saw Supergirl last night. Actually, a fun movie, if that's your thing.
I'm trying to think if I've seen anything. Really haven't watched much. Like I said, today I started catching up on Reborn as a Vending Machine season 3. I got 3 more episodes to go of that.
Rent a Girlfriend was officially announced for a 6th season.
And Scott Monk says, hi from Scotland.
Hello, Scotland. I hope you're having a wonderful day out there.
Or they might be here for the World Cup.
Yeah, they took over Boston and then they took over Miami.
Yeah.
I guess Miami's not as fun as Boston because they've tried putting the cones up on statues there, and Florida wasn't having it, whereas in Boston, the cops were helping them put cones on statues.
Whereas here, that's just
Friday.
Yeah.
In Boston, that's just a Friday afternoon. And just shakes her head. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And the photo was going around of like the little the ducks with the traffic cones.
Well, I'd say just nice to hear that a lot of foreigners are like, huh, America's actually more friendly than we give them credit for.
And Scott says it's raining in Scotland. Hopefully you get some good weather soon. I know here we are talking about in the state, especially in Northeast, that we're going to be getting hit with 100-degree days here towards the end of this week, leading into the 4th of July. I know traffic in my area this week is going to be absolute insane. I am not looking forward to working from Tuesday, Wednesday into Thursday because I know exactly what's coming through my area. And I know foot traffic is going to be ridiculous.
Yep. My boss was telling me that on the 4th of July, she needs to go at like 2 o'clock or 1 o'clock regardless of what she's actually scheduled, because if she does not, she will not be able to get home because of where she lives. She's so close to the town that when they start blocking off streets for events like this, they don't care if you live there or not. Good luck getting home.
So it's like, yeah, no, yeah, no. Thankfully, I've got a nice long weekend, and I'm looking forward to that. Long weekends commence.
I don't know what a long weekend is.
I I had my vacation last not this past week, but the week before, and I had 9 days off in a row, and my boss about died.
I know I'll have a week off in November, and I have a weekend off or 2 weekends off in October. And that's about it. Otherwise, I'm going to be working like crazy.
Okay, so I have to share Ross's. So Ross learned something new today about the state of Arkansas. He and his family went to Sam's after the movie and briefly forgot today was Sunday and almost tried to buy beer, but realized you can't buy beer on Sunday.
Blue laws.
Blue laws, yep.
They still exist, especially in the Bible Belt state. They finally laxed those around here about, I want to say about 5-10 years ago.
I remember being in college when they changed the law in Massachusetts about buying beer on Sundays.
Heck, I remember when a lot of retail stores around here, not retail, like grocery stores were actually closed on the weekend. And that's in my timeline in my time when I was like a kid in the late 90s, early 2000s. Like stuff actually used to be closed on Sunday, even some of the bigger businesses.
Yes, Ross, that actually is a thing. Up until fairly recently in Massachusetts, you could not buy alcohol in a supermarket.
You know, North Carolina has entertained a bill for a while now debating on whether or not to eliminate ABC stores and give the purchasing of alcohol and other stuff back to the grocery stores.
And in other news, John Knight's bringing up an anime announcements. Hey, we have a topic. Rent a Girlfriend Season 6 has been announced. Wistoria Season 3 has officially been announced.
I don't understand how Rent a Girlfriend keeps getting new seasons, considering it's a show that everybody literally hates at this point.
Enough people are watching it, apparently.
I have not watched since season 1.
I've watched 1 or 2 episodes of season 1, and that was it.
That's one of those not for me, so I never watched it, but you know.
And not only that, the author has come out and confirmed that the whole show is basically the main character is very relatable to events that happened in his life.
And Ross seems to. Okay, Ross has comments. I find it weird to me not understanding that you have it at a store and you can't buy it on a Sunday, which half my brain says makes sense to health alcoholics, but for those that just want a couple drinks, it doesn't make sense. And apparently there's no chicken emoji
in YouTube.
Sadly.
We are happy that you're here, Chloe, chicken and all. glad that we can appease to the chicken audience. Hopefully, we don't lay an egg in your honor.
I am just amused by your.
About to say, I would be serving in their honor, particularly them.
Yeah, we should let them know who you work for. They might fear for them lives.
The most either the most or second most popular chicken chain in the South.
That I'd never heard of until semi recently.
And we have one about 20 minutes from me here in Pennsylvania, which Darren's actually gotten to go and try.
Not terrible. Not the same, but not terrible.
And John Knight says Mushoku Tensei season 3 is coming on the 4th of July with the first 2 episodes. Again, that is a not for me show, but hey, you two can watch and enjoy.
I will be stuck in a hotel when that comes out, possibly, and may have to watch that. Hello, Konako. I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful day. Hopefully you were able to get some sleep. For those who don't know, Konako is a very talented YouTuber that we've recently become friends with and have been supporting back and forth. She usually streams later at night on Twitch. You can find her with the username that's popping up in there, Konako_Murasaki at Twitch. And she plays a bunch of different games, usually starts streaming around 8, 9 o'clock at night Eastern and goes until the wee hours of the morning.
And continuing in the trend of anime announcements, Cyberpunk Edge Runner Season 2 is scheduled for fall 2026. Yay, more Cyberpunk. Such a good show.
And my wife was just telling me that there was about that. I have never watched Cyberpunk.
So good.
But I know that was a show that was right up your alley. You enjoyed the first season of that.
Oh, I very much did. I also played the video game. That was very much a that game was kind of a birthday present to myself the year it came out because I had a computer that could run it.
Well, what's your take on video games that turn into animes and vice versa? Do you think that there is a good crossover between them, or?
I think it 100% depends on the franchise in particular.
Well, about to say Studio Cygames is famous for mobile games turned anime.
Yeah, I know very little. I don't do the whole mobile game thing, so can't actually speak to that demographic. I know there was talk about a Genshin Impact anime. I don't know whatever came of that.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about that in a while. Genshin was so big and everywhere, and then it just kind of I know people are still playing it, people still talk about it, but it kind of died off the hype.
But it kind of became
other stuff came in.
But other games that kind of took over that space. Honkai Star Rail for one.
Yeah.
But there's an I remember seeing something about an Apothecary Diaries video game that actually looked like it might be worth checking out.
Uma Musume was a video game. I know they made 2 different games. Talk about older anime. Inuyasha had 2 games that had come out. One was a straight fighter game. One was more of a RPG storyline.
And then there was one anime that I watched a few seasons ago that really did have a video game feel, and it turns out it was in fact part of a video game franchise that I'd never played. So,
and I know we poked fun at Conception earlier, but that's based off of a video game. Uma Musume, Persona, Pokemon.
It could totally. I mean, Pokemon is kind of.
and not necessarily video game, but trading card game, Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, I mean Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh.
I mean, wasn't really an anime, but Mario Brothers had a cartoon.
Sonic had
they
a
made
cartoon.
Sonic,
They-
yeah.
Well, yep.
they made a movie out of Borderlands.
And League of Legends. League of Legends had its own spin-off TV show.
Arcane.
Yeah.
Which I've heard good things about, never actually went and watched it.
That Konako in the chat says, "Oh, if they made an apothecary like a deduction and create medicine, they would 100% buy that."
I don't remember. I just kind of remember seeing a thing that it was in early development.
Not gonna lie, if they make an Apothecary Diaries game, I will probably have to get it.
Same.
Just because that show is just too good. I guess from what I heard, the light novel for Apothecary Diaries is phenomenal. And as the anime continues on, it's going to get just absolutely insane.
Speaking of games, Digimon Time Stranger comes to the Switch next week. Konako, yes, we are reading your Twitch messages.
Yep.
And to answer Clo Eminem's comment, there are separate chats for Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. We see
just all at once.
see all of them. Everything, everywhere, all at once.
Mm-hmm.
Including all the people walking outside my window.
I keep forgetting you live on that kind of street.
Yeah. But I know I was happy earlier this week because our friend Akio Kumi does a anime watch on her Twitch channel on Wednesday nights, and she's been airing Apothecary Diary Season 2. I was only able to catch about 30 minutes of the watching Apothecary Diaries, and it was the frog episodes. So
Nice.
I was very happy. Like they had just gotten done with the frog stuff, as I had to head out the door, get off the stream, and actually go to work. But I was like, yes, I get to see the frog, the legendary frog issues.
Bottom of the fourth, Red Sox are up 2-0. And if it wasn't the Yankees, I wouldn't really necessarily share this, but you know.
No, kind of surprised. I sent Gavin a message the other day because one of his favorite series is getting a new anime after almost 15 years.
What show?
Higurashi.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, I'm,
Yes, Konako. Jinshi's frog. And I know we were talking birthdays earlier. I want to take a moment to throw happy birthdays out to some cosplaying friends of ours, Hatake and Sahara. Celebrate birthdays today. Also, Alyssa Weissman, who's also a native New England area cosplayer, celebrates a birthday today as well. So happy birthday to them.
I am trying to make sense of Ross's comment. No, Darren is not trapped in a dating sim season 2, but a new reincarnation game. Rom-com has been announced for later.
Oh, and Doug, I think I might have a new hot take after basically busting my employee's chops today for him not seeing this anime.
Okay. Let's hear it.
Is This a Zombie is the old school Konosuba.
Possibly. I haven't
Not
seen Is This a
necessarily.
Zombie in a while, and I don't think I ever finished it.
Not
What?
necessarily. Not necessarily. There's no isekai to this. Well, I guess you could say it's a reverse isekai of sorts for Euclid Hellscythe. But other than that, the comedy and the character mannerisms and everything are like incredibly similar to the Konosuba crew.
Konako, have a wonderful night. It was lovely seeing you.
Yes. Have fun shopping. I know you are on the West Coast, and I don't know if you're streaming tonight or not, but I will keep an eye out. And hello to Nanya. Nanya Business in the chat. Happy birthday to Nanya Business's sister.
And yeah. Good to see you, Nanya.
It's always great seeing Nanya in here. It's great seeing everybody in chat.
Agreed.
I love seeing all the new faces coming in. Chloe, great seeing you in here. Hopefully you're having a wonderful weekend, like I said. And
I enjoy the comments.
I know
Even when Ross tries to get me to react to things. Okay, and yep, I was getting to that, Ross. There's apparently a new anime called Reborn as a side character in a fantasy dating sim. I'm just gonna shake my head at that and leave it to you two. Ross, that the reincarnation stuff does not interest me in the slightest.
I missed out on the message that Clo had sent. It said I couldn't find the hand, so I just used cheese. And I then realized that he was saying bye, or they were saying bye to Konako, and used a cheese emoji instead of a hand emoji. I was like, "What are you talking about?"
Yep. Emojis are silly fun.
And we have a friend who has cheese in their name that comes in and hangs out with us from time to time.
Yep.
So when you mentioned cheese, I was looking for that person.
And now we've got eyeballs.
All eyes are on you, Angela. My camera is
Always.
broken for some reason.
Always.
Got it for Father's Day. Got a new desk. Had to hook everything up, and since changing things around for whatever reason, the webcam's not working. So that's why you have the picture of Yuna up instead of webcam.
Unplug it and plug it back in again.
I've done that 3 times just in setting up the show. Every time it's like, nope. So it's something I will have to worry about at a later. That's a later Meese problem.
Yeah, I've never. I don't. None of your business says, I understand the isekai fatigue. I gone off to martial arts and cultivation manhwas myself. I don't really care for the genre overall. There's a few that I've watched, a couple that I've watched that I really enjoyed, but overall it's just eh.
I mean, even I've kind of toned back on the amount of isekais that I've watched. Because, like, as everybody says, it's just so much out there. And yes, I'm continuing with Reborn as a vending machine season 3, but kind of like Angela, once you get that far into something,
That whole sunken cost fallacy. I've watched this much. I have to finish it.
And that's where I'm at with Vending Machine. I took a break from watching anime for a few weeks just because of work, life, and other things, but trying to get back into catching up on stuff that I started before jumping into the summer season. So I've got 3 more episodes of Vending Machine to watch, which it kind of has picked up again during the middle of season 3. It kind of got like boring. I think that's why I kind of stepped away from it. I was like, I don't know if I really like the direction this has started to go, but it has picked up. And I know I have a few other shows. I don't know if I'm going to continue Ridiculous Reincarnation. I forget where I left off on that, but I don't know if I've watched 5 episodes. I don't know that I can continue.
I'm just not gonna watch that one at this point. Let's be honest.
No, we'll make you sit down and watch it somehow.
Nope.
We'll tape you to a chair and tape your eyeballs open.
Good luck with that.
This is the dumpster fire I thought it was going to be. This is the dumpster fire I was expecting Vending Machine to be. Vending Machine was pleasantly surprising that it was actually a lot better than I expected.
And Ross says I'm not spoiling the ending of Vending Machine for Doug.
Thank you, because I literally watched 3 episodes of that before coming on the air, trying to catch up. Instead of watching a NASCAR race, I was like, let me watch some anime so I have something to talk about anime-wise tonight.
Yeah, I ended up at a friend's birthday gathering and then I had to go food shopping on the way home. Speaking of food shopping, and subsequently didn't get any anime time in today.
As we're getting older and like life starts getting harder and harder, it's tougher to be able to do the stuff that you want to do.
Priorities.
Adulting sucks. But that's what happens, you know. Like I behind on the Trash Taste podcast. I know they just dropped a new one Friday. I still haven't finished last Friday's one. A couple weeks ago, they were playing a game called Hot Takes, of all things, where they had different cards that they were reading a prompt off of and then had to say whether they agreed or disagreed with. And I remember the one of the cards that they had that had some of the funniest responses from the guys was, women are nicer than men. To which 2 of them said they disagreed. And one of them said they agreed about women being nicer than men. The 2 that disagreed are either married or engaged.
I was gonna say the two that agreed.
2 disagreed, 1 agreed.
So the one that agreed was Connor.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I will actually disagree with the statement women are nicer than men.
I disagree with it as well, because I have seen how conniving women can be.
I will disagree as well, because I know for a fact, well, I see it every day because most of the people at work, most of the upper level employees at work are all women.
And
now, that's not saying all women are evil. That's just saying as a generalization.
Yes.
In a generalized statement, yes.
We are broadly generalizing, and yeah.
Y'all are more competitive with each other and I don't know how to phrase it.
That's putting it nicely.
Because I'll always go by this statement. I will always go by this scenario. A woman will go up to we'll go up to a man and be like, "How do you know this guy? What does he do?" And the guy's like, "I don't know. I've known this guy for years, and I know nothing about him. We're just friends." Meanwhile, a guy will go up to a girl and ask, "Oh, how do you what's this about?" And she'll give him details that you don't even want to know.
Yup. And Ross says, fun fact, I actually have that literally adulting sucks shirt, but it's actually a 1-star review with words underneath saying would not recommend.
Yep.
Anime Expo's in 4 days, says John Knight.
That's
Okay,
an event I've never gone to.
So what's
Same.
the big announcement going to be this year? Because they always wait for some form of a big announcement every year. So I wonder what series is going to be behind the big announcement this year.
I don't know.
Any series that's been getting hyped up for no reason recently?
All of them?
Girlfriend 6.
It's good. The big announcement is we're living in the Matrix. You have to take the red pill or the blue pill at AX.
There you go.
We're all going to die?
That's just life.
Well, yes.
Isekai is real. Angela's going to come back as a rib.
I thought she was going to come back as a vending machine.
Seriously?
I mean, what do you want me to say? You want me to say you're going to come back as a pig? Because there was Heat the Pig Liver, which no one really remembers.
I mean, you could come back as a sword.
Or a slime. But
or a doorknob.
The slime is actually overpowered, though.
Oink, oink, says John Knight in response to that nonsense.
I watched the first episode of that. I just never completed this show.
You know, no, you.
We have completely derailed Angela on that.
About to say, be Hawk from the 7 Deadly Sins.
You know what my response is? I'm just gonna fireball and blow all of you up. And Ross says, I actually liked Buddha Pig. Thank you very much, Darren.
Okay, well.
And I don't know what this emoji is from Clo, but it looks like pink
ice cream.
I think that's exactly what it is.
Stylish pink poop emoji.
Okay.
There you go.
Thank you.
Saying that we're talking some fancy shit.
Hey.
We have derailed Angela so bad right now.
I know, right? Well,
icing, not poop. Thank you for the clarification, Clo. Oh, definitely. Poop icing, got it.
Oh God,
we are all, like I said, tonight is a night of random chat. We have gotten as random as
Yep. Speaking of which, did you know that at one point there was a movie called The Emoji Movie?
Yes, I remember hearing about that.
I've heard of it. I never saw it.
Speaking of emoji,
didn't it bomb at the box office?
Yes.
Speaking of AAC, I see a post that's come through saying that panel forums close July 5th. If you want to try to get a panel in at AAC.
Ooh.
So actually get your panels ready.
none of your business is, I don't know. I think I might watch an anime set with 2005 art style about navigating grief. But since most animes are marketed at middle schoolers with simplistic needs, doubt we'll ever see it.
At which point where is anime marketed toward middle schoolers? Because I feel like a lot of these animes that are coming out are marketed more toward high schoolers.
I think you also have to look at it as the schooling system in the U.S. is a lot different than in Japan too. The education levels are different, so it might be marketed at middle schoolers in Japan as opposed to middle schoolers in the U.S. That could be a country-based thing as opposed to just a generalization of all anime fans.
And Ross says last week during Father's Day, his mom kept showing him videos of British people loving America because they're here for the World Cup. Oh, yeah. That was half my social media feed for like 3 days straight, was all the Scots touring Boston and eating our food and
drinking all the alcohol
and drinking bars out of beer. And it was really funny because there was one bar that didn't shut down at all for 2 weeks, for like a week straight. They finally gave their staff a day off and closed the bar, and it was the day England was playing.
Oh wow.
So the English got all upset with the city of Boston. which just made me laugh because there's precedent for Boston pissing off the British. That's just ingrained in our history.
Boston Harbor has never tasted so much like tea before.
There you go. I was kind of impressed at the number of people losing their over a Buc-ee's. They were like, "What is this?" This. What one guy from France said, "What are they trying to fuel the entire military? Like, what's going on here?"
And Nunya Business says it's actually a bit strange how little we see modern lit trying to emulate some form of real world experience that could also simulate real emotional regulation. I'd have to think about that one.
Oh, we see modern
because that Nunya, I feel like that's one of those you have to know where to look because there's so much out there that it's really about knowing where to find what it is you're looking for.
Mm-hmm. You know, it's kind of funny. I think I've mentioned this before, but there's a radio station that broadcasts not necessarily around here, but more toward the west, the western part of the state that I listen to from time to time, and they talk about so many topics that are on the verge of being anime subjects, but they're always talking about Western media. They never talk about anime. There have been multiple times I want to use their meet and greet section to call up there and be like, okay, based on everything I've heard y'all say, y'all need to watch this, and this. Because it literally fits into what y'all are saying you like.
And see, I read so much. And with a degree in English literature, it's one of those I don't. What in the heck? My second screen just turned itself off again. Huh.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's the second time tonight it's done that. Oh well.
Well, I about caught my house on fire the other day. All I did was turn on my porch light.
And Clo says Doug is a Doug, Darren is a dead, and Angela is a rose.
Every rose has its thorns.
Yes, indeed.
Especially that wild Angela.
Mm-hmm. About to say, what do you think she is more like, Doug? Roselia or Rose Raid?
It all depends. If you tell her that Plymouth is Boston, you'll get.
I'll get what? Which evolution, Roselia or Rose Raid?
Probably all of the above. Just ask Token with the Dead.
According to one of my friends, when one of my former coworkers, the Pokemon they assigned to me was the shiny Roselia because it had the purple and black flowers.
Okay.
And purple is purple is bar none my favorite color.
I'll say that's my mom's favorite color. I'm a red guy.
Yep. And hey, my purple Yeti complete branding with my signature rose.
Darren, how about Rosemont? What? Elaborate.
And None Your Business says, sorry, you're right that this slice of life sub isn't popular. The dark themes generally don't last long, like past the contracted 12 chapters. Yeah, I really hadn't thought about.
About to say dark themes and slice of life. I'd have to think about that one.
Those tended the slice of lives that go into that aren't relationship focused, like any kind of relationship, not even necessarily romance. But a lot of the slice of lives don't. The only ones I've seen go past 12 are the ones where it's like just relationship focused. And even then, nothing new. Oh, Rosemon is apparently a third evolution of Roselia.
There's Badoo to Roselia to Rose Raid.
I don't know.
I don't think that's official, Ross. If it is, that's news to me.
I don't.
Wait, are you talking about the other stuff?
Oh, Rosemon is from Digimon.
Oh.
I don't know.
I didn't watch Digimon.
Yeah, I didn't watch Digimon either.
Rosemon is like a hot dominatrix type.
Oh.
She's got rose for a head, whips and all.
Did you hear that?
I did hear that, and that's hysterical.
And subsequently
that is Angela.
I will let you guys be the judge of that.
That is Angela when you tell her that Bofuri is what you hoped SAO was going to be.
I was waiting for where you were going with that. Since we already brought up Token with the Dead, I was expecting the dig at my rant about Plymouth not being Boston.
Oh, we already touched on that.
Because let's be real, me running my mouth is kind of a thing. And
Cool. If you want to just lurk, play some Roblox,
if you want to listen and play Roblox, go ahead. We're not going to stop you.
We thank you for tuning in and hanging out with us. And feel free to chat periodically. We do this typically every Sunday from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Ross says he heard something about Rosemont being a hot dog.
Oh, speaking of which,
Hot
We
dogs
got-
or Rosemont?
speaking of hot dogs, I was joking with my whatchamacallit, my grill person today, tell him I needed hot dogs down because we have smoked sausage back. So I was like, yeah, you got any hot dogs? And they're like, huh? I'm like, yeah, oh, sorry, smoked sausage. They're like, oh.
I'm gonna.
You're gonna what?
No, I'm laughing at Ross because Ross was trying not to bring up food and we did it anyway.
Oh, well.
Speaking of, you know what, and continuing on the hot dog train, a podcast, a podcaster that I follow on one of his other on a ensemble podcast that he's a part of, what they've been doing is keeping track of how many hot dogs people eat in a year, because they looked it up and there's a ridiculous stat of so many thousand hot dogs are consumed globally per year. And it's really funny because some people eat a lot of hot dogs and some people eat, like myself, eat none.
I have not had a hot dog in a hot minute. The only time I do it is when the Hispanics go making food for everybody during the middle of the shift because they're bored.
I haven't eaten a hot dog since I was a teenager, if that.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Oh, that is not gonna.
It will.
Oh, there
That
it
is
is.
what Rosemont looks like. Going back to that. Random chat be random, yo.
That's the thing. Never know what you're gonna go hear, see, or come across.
Yeah. Indeed.
And if you couldn't see it off of the phone screen, there's a better view of it. So we will nickname that Angela.
God. You know what?
I still think she'd make a decent Rose Raid.
It's Pick on Angela night here at Anime-Zing Radio.
Yep, that's the same. We wanted to chat. Well, Angela's slowly become the subject of the matter. That's okay. I'm sure she'll find a way to pay us back here shortly.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, we'll get there. But you know what? While we're at it, we're just going to do this for comparison purposes.
Oh, you're bringing up a picture of Rose Raid?
While she's doing that, other convention news coming to Philadelphia area. You have Too Many Games on June 26th through 28th.
But there's a Rose Raid.
But you need to scroll down a little bit.
Working on it.
There we go.
There we go. Yeah, at least we're having fun, and I will even agree with that.
Question, Doug, and I'm only asking because of the TikTok. I sent out y'all earlier today. My friend had sent that to me, and I couldn't watch it because I don't have TikTok. I had to have one of my employees open it.
I didn't watch it because I also do not have TikTok.
I'm sure Casey would be able to pull it up, but basically, this girl made her outfit. Well, what's the convention that takes place at a water park?
Oh, Colossal Con?
Colossal
Yeah.
Con.
Yes. So she actually handcrafted Zenobia's swimsuit from High School DxD, like hand sewed it and everything for Colossal Con. And that video that I sent basically explains how she did it.
Interesting.
And when is Colossal Con? Did it
Colossal-
already-
Colossal Con is all over the U.S. There's like 5 of them. Colossal
one
Con.
The one in Ohio happened in May, right around Memorial Day.
Now, do they all take place at water parks, or is it just the one?
No, they're all at a different Kalahari resort, which is a water park.
There's Colossal Con Prime, Texas, East, which is in Pennsylvania. Colossal Con Virginia, which is coming up next year. Colossal Con North is, I believe, the one in Ohio.
No, Prime is Ohio.
Prime is Ohio?
Prime is Sandusky, Ohio.
Okay.
Okay.
Colossal Con East is coming up September 10th through the 13th this year. Texas is in August.
And then they put on a cruise usually in January.
Colossal Con North is November 20th through 22nd.
And where is North?
And
Wisconsin.
Another dumb question: are these resorts? Is the water park portion like in a climate controlled environment, or are they outside, or does it depend on where you live?
Colossal Con East is indoors. Huge area.
Prime is mostly indoor. There's some outdoor. And I don't know about any of the others.
I've only been to East twice.
And I've only been to Prime twice.
But East is an hour from me, so I may make it this year, depending on work schedule and if we can get up there.
Ohio was a ridiculous drive the 2 times I did it. A couple of my friends are trying to convince me I want to do Virginia next year.
That's close enough to me. I could potentially make a trip.
If you do, we could totally attempt to get to do like a panel or content or not.
Sure.
Let's see here. I'm trying to see how far that would be from me. That is about a 4-hour drive.
That's not too bad.
No, that as ridiculous as it sounds to some people, that is a day trip.
Well, don't forget, the Europeans that came over there now understand that came over here for the World Cup now understand why we say, oh, 2-3 hours, that ain't nothing. I mean, it's because we literally have to travel everywhere because we're so big. Nothing stacked on top of each other to where central transportation.
Okay, this Sox Yankees game, we're on a no-hitter watch for it is as of the 7th, as of the top of the 7th, the Yankees have not gotten a hit yet. So and for you not baseball fans, this is a ridiculously good thing. And
okay, So yeah,
Moving.
Colossal Con Colossal Con Virginia could be a possibility. That is going to be May of next year, I believe. It says May 2026 for Colossal Con Virginia, but we're already past that. I still can't believe we're halfway through the year.
Yeah, I know, right? Where is the year going?
It's going quick.
Oh.
John Knight says he watched the Knicks Champions Parade, and it was good.
Oh, good. Colossal Con Virginia, it's looking like the dates are May 7 through 9. Bookings and ticket purchases are available.
I have to wait till next year to put in vacation requests to try to plan stuff. So I've got to look ahead at the convention schedules and figure out exactly what shows I want to focus on. And of course, so much changes throughout the year. You just never know what's going to happen. Ross in the chat says, I have an interesting topic. I will admit I saw 2 different news topics about food in 3 days of each other. But before I explain them, here's the question for the topic. In your opinion, what state do you think has the weirdest news stories in general?
Florida.
All you have to do is look up Florida Man and you will get a plethora of pages.
I mean, New Jersey's up there, but I gotta say Florida.
About to say, name something that Florida Man hasn't done, and I'll be shocked.
Gotten arrested for running around naked?
No, I've seen that.
That's everywhere.
Not literally seen him running naked, but I've seen the title.
I would say probably the best part, the thing that really started making Florida Man famous was the guy literally going to places that were getting hit by hurricanes and running out in the rain with a giant American flag. Because America.
Bloody Florida Man. You know what? Okay.
I would say sometimes between Florida Man and just alligators just showing up in random places because it's Florida.
Yep.
Hey, there's an alligator on my front porch. So that's your average Tuesday.
I mean, there's a FloridaMan.com, the official site of the legendary Florida Man news things.
You see, an alligator showing up on your porch in Florida makes perfect sense. But if I said an alligator showed up at my front door, we'd be concerned.
About to say, you know what's happened in North Carolina? We have gators make their way up here, or we have gators in various parts of the state, right?
Yes.
And crocodiles.
But see, you're south enough, and you're close enough to a coast where that makes sense. To a point.
I have to share this. I typed in, I clicked on the link for FloridaMan.com, and this is the first thing on there.
Oh, dear God, share it.
I gotta see it. Florida Man.
You know what, Doug? I said this is what I get for running my mouth. The words came out without thinking, and you proved me wrong.
Oh, right underneath it, Florida Man engaged in fully naked romp on the side of the highway. So you were asking about naked. There's one right there.
Okay. And John Knight's like, oh boy. but it's not the same Florida man.
There is no one Florida man. Florida man is a entity in its whole. It's like it embodies various people throughout Florida, and sometimes it's not even Florida man. It's Florida woman.
I see that. I just, you know what? I am so far removed from
The fact
Florida.
that I typed it in and the first thing up there is the most ridiculous thing I've seen in I don't know how long.
Ross,
Oh.
wait a minute.
Florida man tries to shoot puppy. Puppy shoots him.
Wait a minute. We all actually agreed on that without bickering or harassing each other and thinking about it.
No.
That in and of itself, that should go down in the books.
That's because it was an anime.
Yeah, we don't share opinions on anime. That would be weird.
And we don't share opinions on sports either.
Well, I'm definitely not a sports person, so I couldn't comment on any of that.
No, but even when you do, but when your local teams are playing, you care, and then it's against one of our teams.
True. About to say, so when the Hurricanes won the Stanley Cup in 2006, there was a parade downtown, and I think it was 20,000 people showed up. Guess how many showed up for this one this year?
Too many.
About 180, 200,000, somewhere in that area.
And Ross said, so now I got your answer fast. Let me know when you're ready for the 2 quick news stories. Go for it, Ross. It's all you.
And Nanya says Florida woman arrested for riding stolen shopping cart down the freeway while nude searching for treasure.
God.
And the best part is, if this was anywhere else in the country, it might be a surprise, but because it's Florida, normal.
Mm-hmm.
For Florida, that's Tuesday.
Well, there's a reason people move to Florida, and most of them it's during their midlife crises, and that's probably why.
So, the first piece of Ross's news takes place in Oklahoma. A manager that has lip-transmitted virus for family-friendly language, spit in a customer's food, and the customer now has the virus and tested for it. By the way, the food place is an Arby's.
I heard about that that particular virus had been transmitted that way, and I'm like, I don't know about this one.
Remind me never to go to Arby's.
I don't like roast beef, so I don't have to worry.
But Arby's is right next door. The number of times that people come up and be like, "Can I get a hot ham in next door?"
Nope. Just nope.
If they ask for that, just walk out there and be like, "I'm right here." No.
Ay.
I'm not ham.
You could ham it up, I'm sure.
Well, I mean, I have ham in the store, but
walk out, just chuck it at them.
Yeah, instead of throwing cheese at people, we can throw ham at people. Great idea.
Oh God, you remember that throwing cheese slices at people's foreheads and it sticking?
Yeah,
oh, that was great. I actually did that to somebody and it stuck.
Put the cheese, not the cheese. Put the ham in the deep fryer.
Okay. Next.
Doug, none of your business is Doug, ... roast beef, ... I got that pun.
Oh, wow.
Ross says, second, I read this morning about a 59-year-old man in Texas. Oh, no. Was arrested at a Chick-fil-A trying to imposter an officer to get a discount. When the workers asked for ID, they got worried and called the police.
That's somewhat normal though.
That is, you know what? That is kind of on brand for Texas.
Yeah, Texas has got some weird ones too. Just because
Yeah.
of how big the state is.
And none of your business says made me spit out my beer. The stuff costs almost as much as gasoline, you jerk.
Well, technically, anything with alcohol in it is a source of fuel depending on what engine you're running it in.
And gas prices, I don't know about where you guys are, but here they're slowly coming down. I can fill my gas tank for under $40 again. Yay.
I can fill my tank for under 200 again. Diesel is finally down to the low fours.
Sorry, Nadia, didn't mean to make you spit out your beer. I would say that I spit out my drink, but I finished it. My combination Rumple Mints and Mountain Dew. Because I don't have to work tomorrow, so I could actually drink something tonight. And maybe sleep longer than 4 hours. That's been the issue I've had lately, is I haven't been able to sleep longer than like 4 hours in one chunk.
Sign of getting old, sir, I guess. That's why the elderly are always first to the door, because I guess they can't sleep. I don't know.
Well, my problem is knowing that a lot of times I'm on call. That's I think part of it is like I'm afraid of sleeping through the call and missing it for work. Which speaking of which, I gotta shut my ringer off because I don't have to go out again until Tuesday, and so I don't have to have my ringer up.
It's kind of funny. So this morning I woke up and didn't set my alarm, but I still woke up on time and still got to work on time. My boss calls me. She also did not set her alarm, but still woke up on time. Then my employee shows up. He also did not set his alarm, but somehow managed to make it to work on time. How is it all three of us did the same thing on the same day?
I don't know.
Oh well. Boss was just happy she didn't have to do paperwork this morning. I did it all.
John Knight says she's from Texas. I can tell by the way he's two-stepping around the room. None of your business says, Darren, can you write off some of your fuel or apply it as a surcharge?
Yes, I write off all of my fuel. Surcharge, I'm not that mean to my customers because I'm technically already on the high end on some of them anyway. So if I were to go much higher on some of them, I would lose them.
Ross, I don't know about YouTube's policies, but if it shows up in the chat, if it shows up in the chat, don't know. I will either read it or alter it as I see fit, or read it as I see fit.
I misread that at first, Nanya. I thought you typed Fanta virus. I'm like, is that something against soda?
No. So, by the way, so apparently the original guy on that cruise ship that brought the attention to the thing is the only one left that is refusing to leave quarantine until he's 100% certain that he's safe, to the point the doctors and everything else were like, screw this, you're on your own. Like the doctors that he was in court that was in quarantine with him basically up and left because they're like, dude, you're crazy. It's been months now. You're fine, and he don't believe him.
Interesting.
Yeah, the radio show was talking about that the other day. Everybody else got to go home, but he's being stubborn and staying put.
To me, it sounds like he just wants to stay and enjoy the vacation.
Yeah. Then again, there was an episode of Night Court I saw where the guy was in the hospital and they're like, oh, there's nothing wrong with you. You're free to go. And then next thing you know, he's back in the hospital with something actually worth being in the hospital for.
Being subjected to anime final seasons part 78.
Attack on Titan started quite the trend.
I didn't call out AOT directly this time.
Oh, no, I did.
I saw Angela shake her head. She knew where it was going, but I didn't call out any specific show because I know that there's multiple that are doing that now.
Oh, by the way, guess what was announced for more or less the final season? The one of your
What's that?
one of your favorite franchises, or was one of your favorite franchises.
Which one?
Date Alive.
I think I just saw something about Data Live F or something like that.
The final arc was just greenlit for an anime adaptation, and it showed Toka in a wedding dress.
Interesting. I may have to try to continue on with that.
Nightmare is still the best.
Everybody has their own opinions, and everybody's is wrong. And Angela just shakes her head because she doesn't want to contribute to the argument of best girls in any series.
I mean, what's wrong with having a gun pointed to your head if she's adorable?
You know what?
I mean, there's 12 different effects that can happen. It just depends on which one she's pointing at. Or you could be like, what's her face, Sento from Amagi Brilliant Park. You remember her, right, Doug?
I'm trying to remember. Was she the blonde?
She was the blonde that had the gun.
Okay, it's been so long since I've seen Amagi Brilliant Park. We run into the case of there's so many damn shows out there. I guarantee we all have probably watched over 150, 200 animes a piece. I'm sure I'm well over 300 shows.
Now, my question is, do you think Angela would watch Amagi Brilliant Park?
Looking back at it, I think she would watch one episode and go, this is too stupid for my taste, and be like, I'm not going to continue this. If I'm being 100% honest. Because it's got some really, really funny comedy in there. It's just stupid comedy that I don't think fits Angela's wheelhouse.
And the only reason I even mentioned it is because some shorts channel has been posting clips from various episodes recently.
I mean, granted, we did get her to watch Aho Girl, so maybe Amagi Brilliant Park wouldn't be that far off. She's just staying quiet and shaking her head. She wants nothing to do with this conversation.
Well, at least the main character in this one has brains.
I also feel like she would enjoy Amagi Brilliant Park a lot more than she would Vending Machine or some of the other shows that we pick on her about.
Mm-hmm.
Ross says, Darren has sparked an anime subject question in my brain. Sorry, I texted this out of order. Didn't intend to. The question, who is the best marksman in anime?
The guy from Lord Marksman and Banana. Since considering he was fighting with a bow and arrow, and still managed to hit a moving target with a damaged arrow.
Did they make a Robin Hood anime?
Rob from the rich to give to the. I don't think so.
Well, we possibly found a niche that hasn't been touched with them going after other
I mean,
notable franchises.
Yeah, the story's been done, just not in an anime sense. Maybe.
Ross says guns, not arrow.
Guns. That's
Trigun. What do you think, Angela? Maybe Vash with Trigun. Ross's question about who is the best marksman with guns in anime.
Honestly, Vash the Stampede probably is up there.
The girls in Noir were pretty insane, which that's another show. I know we joke around with Angela a lot, but I think Noir is one Angela would truly enjoy. I feel like that would be up her alley.
Would any of the girls from Gun Gale be up there, Ange?
Ooh. The girls from Gun Gale, yeah, that would be up there as well.
Ross says Chaika the Coffin Princess.
Of course.
Or Grenadier.
Because White Chaika is best Chaika. Red Chaika, and there was several other Chaika.
I'm trying to think of the shows that I've watched. What have actual like firearms, artillery, and things of that nature.
Girls in Panzer, but that's tanks.
Strike Witches had guns, but I don't know if you would classify any of them for like best marksman.
The Revy? Black Lagoon? I've only seen the memes about her, but I know she's a gun crazy. Kurumi, of course. She's got a different kind of.
I know Darren's taste wants to say Kurumi his waifu. Ross says. I think Vash is a better marksman than Kurumi is, though.
Oh, here's one. World's finest assassin reincarnated into an aristocrat.
I don't think I saw that.
That was actually a really good. Oh my gosh, that was actually a really good show. Season 2 coming soon, by the way. Marksman. Who could forget Launch? I know I'm dating myself with that. I don't think she was necessarily a marksman. I think she was just a gun crazy chick. But that's from the Dragon Ball franchise.
Well, since it was brought up, let's pull up a site and take a look at what they think is the best marksman. The top 10 anime gunslingers and marksmen, as per CBR website. Number 10, Riza Hawkeye, FMA.
Okay.
Okay.
I could actually agree with that one.
Lupin the Third, Daisuke Jin.
I've not seen Lupin, but okay.
Same.
I have not seen that either. Usopp the Sniper King, One Piece.
Okay.
All right.
Watchery and Death Note, number 7. Mista and JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Never seen JoJo.
Oh, of course, there's a JoJo on this list.
I'm about to say, I haven't seen that part of JoJo.
Number 5, Vash the Stampede, Trigun.
Wow.
See, we said Vash, and Trigun is up here. Number 4, Cowboy Bebop, Spike.
Okay.
Okay.
Number 3, Kino's Journey, The Beautiful World. Okay, I can kind of see that. I forgot about that one.
Never seen that one, so.
Me neither. I ain't seen none of these so far.
Unrelated, Dr. Stone has officially ended after 7 years.
Tragic.
Ryuken from Bleach. And number 1, High School of the Dead, Kota Hirano.
Okay, I can actually see that. That's comedy gold, but yeah, no, I can see that.
So that is courtesy of the CBR website. I think I've seen 2 of those anime. And I forgot about
I've only seen High School of the Dead. I know of all the other animes.
I've seen Vash and I've seen Hina. And Ross says what brought the inspiration from up for that question was from Darren talking about Brilliant Park.
What, with Sento and her gun?
Yeah.
I mean, she practically forced our main character into taking over the park.
Yeah.
I mean, who could say no when you're held at gunpoint?
That is true. Ross also says, can't forget Mana from Luck and Logic.
Luck and Logic. That's been a while. You have not seen High School of the Dead, Ross? Wow.
Neither have I. I have not seen High School of the Dead either.
Okay, wow. Well, unpopular opinion. I like the girl that everybody hated.
I don't think that surprises anybody.
What's that supposed to mean?
You have unique taste in the characters that you enjoy.
Example?
Zenovia. She is not the first person that anybody thinks of when it comes to DXT.
Of course, because Rias and Akano are literally the faces of DXT. Like, whenever there's a waifu competition, Ria sweeps just about every competition she's in.
And unpopular opinion, I like Konako better than either of them. I also like Asuya better than either of them. And we know Angela's favorite is Issei.
I thought you were gonna say Kiba. Because remember, Kiba's the cool, handsome one.
What was the young one that dresses like a girl but's actually a boy?
Gasper.
We can give her Gasper. I just see the head shaking. She's ignoring us now.
About to say, but probably one of my favorite characters in DXT, just from a personality standpoint, has got to be Azazel. I mean, come on. The guy's literally a badass at everything he did.
No more no-hitter for the Red Sox.
Yeah.
Yankees did get a hit somewhere. But it's still 2-0.
Of course, because I had to run my mouth.
You jinxed them, Angela. Shame on you. Now they're going to come after you.
No, they're all going to laugh at you.
Yeah, no, it was the 8th.
I see somebody, they always have those random brackets for anime characters. They have Greatest Scientist bracket, and the final is Senku versus Mao Mao.
Sorry, Senku's got Mao Mao licked in that category.
Best Scientist / Researcher. Dr. Stone versus Apothecary.
Never seen Dr. Stone, so...
Yeah. I haven't seen Apothecary Diaries, but I can tell you right now, Senku is... He definitely takes that one home.
Senku beat Professor Oak and Bulma.
Okay, Bulma is actually way smarter than what people realize.
Senku beat Bulma to get to the finals. So people gave Bulma a lot of credit. She made it to the semifinal.
Well, like I said, her and her dad are two of the smartest individuals in terms of tech and innovation in the Dragon Ball franchise. I mean, they literally turn giant houses into capsules that you carry around in your pocket. That's why they're called Capsule Corp.
And Senku gets the winner. I just scrolled a little bit farther down, and it said Senku was the winner. Mao Mao second, Urahara third.
That makes 100% sense, because the guy's literally bringing humanity back from the Stone Age back into the modern age. Was Okabe from Steins Gate in there anywhere?
Let me look. Yes, Okabe lost to Tesla in the second round.
Tesla. What was Tesla from?
I don't know.
Ross is trying to get me back into a conversation here. Which is the better baseball movie? The Rookie of the Year, The Sandlot, or Angels in the Outfield?
I haven't seen Angels in the Outfield in years.
I think Angels in the Outfield is the only one of the three of those I've seen.
I've seen all three. Not since I was a child. But if I have to pick one of the three, I gotta go with The Sandlot.
You know, there's a baseball movie that gets referenced all the time around here whenever a certain song plays on the radio. Any
Oh.
ideas? Yeah. Any ideas which song I mean?
Not off the top of my head.
Center Field.
Okay.
Wait.
It was in Bull Durham. Because remember, we had the Durham Bulls.
Yes. What song?
Center
Field.
Never heard of it.
Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play today. That one.
Nope.
Wow.
I know the reference. Never heard the song.
That's shocking, actually.
That is kind of shocking. Was it Jay Giles Band?
No, I thought it was John Fogerty.
Oh, John Fogerty. That's right.
Jay Giles Band is Centerfold, which I have heard,
And Freeze Frame.
and
And Love Stinks.
Yeah.
and Tequila Darren, says Ross.
Huh?
I don't know
Tequila?
either.
And the wife says season 1 of Witch Hat Atelier has wrapped up, and they left it on a big cliffhanger.
Shush! I have one episode left to watch, and if anyone spoils that, I will murder them.
Apparently, I need to continue watching this show because I've only seen 3 episodes.
Yes, you do. Period. End of story.
It's on my list too. That's one of the ones I would have maybe watched today, but like I said, I was tired.
Okay, Angela, Fever Pitch or League of Their Own?
Oh, that's a toughie. I love League of Their Own.
They were both really good.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that's a coin flip. There's no crying in baseball, is what I have to say to that.
The funny thing is, I recently watched one of those YouTube videos of like, here's 15 things you didn't know about movie fill in the blank. And the one I just most recently watched was about A League of Their Own. Apparently, Gina Davis was not the first choice to play the main character, nor was she the second choice. Apparently, she was the third choice. And also, somewhere there's a 4-hour cut of the movie of storyline that was not put into the finished product. I guess the movie itself ended up getting darker and deeper than what the final product was. But they cut out a lot of scenes, including scenes between Dottie and Jimmy. Ross says for him, he chooses Rookie of the Year. Whole pitcher, got a big butt, still makes him reminisce to this day. Oh, that's right. Rookie of the Year. Okay, I did see Rookie of the Year. Sandlot's the only one I didn't see out of that. Angels in the Outfield was pretty good. Major League was also a good baseball movie.
Never saw that one.
Just a bit outside.
Another fun one is dating myself quite a bit is Mr. Baseball, starring Tom Selleck.
Never heard of that one.
I've heard of it. I don't think I've watched that one.
Basically basically Tom Selleck's character is has a bad season in the major leagues, gets sent off to Japan, and plays in the Japan League for a while, finds a girlfriend, and then ends up getting sent back to the States. But oy.
Trying to think of what other baseball movies I might have seen. I'm drawing a blank. Benchwarmers or Screwball?
Never seen either of those.
I haven't seen either one of those either. But yeah, There's No Crying in Baseball is still one of those epic lines. Apparently, when they, at the end of the movie in A League of Their Own, when they went to the Hall of Fame for the display, a lot of the extras that were there were actual women who played in the league. So they didn't just bring in extra people; they brought in people who actually were players. And I guess when they had tryouts, they actually had like over 2,000 people show up to try out to be in it. Because Penny Marshall, who created the story, wanted people who could actually play baseball. She didn't want just actors to pretend. And I guess a lot of the injuries were actual injuries that happened during gameplay, including that scene where the girl had that big ass bruise on her thigh. That was a legit bruise from a slide. It wasn't like makeup, like Hollywood effects. Which, you go back and you see stuff like that about some of these older movies that we grew up watching. It's insane to think about the conditions that they had to make movies in back. Not that they have much better stuff now, but you hear the stories of like Pizza the Hut for Spaceballs, where the guy ended up getting severe burns being inside there, and people overheating and injuries and stuff on sets, and Willy Wonka, that chocolate river was toxic. And
yeah, it's really fun to kind of watch documentaries like that.
I just realized that the Too Many Games convention that had come across my feed was actually going on this weekend. Today was the last day of it. Could have gone out there. Oh well. That's always next year, because that's only like an hour or so from me. I'll be back at the venue before too much longer. Ross says, "What about Jerry Maguire?" I don't think I've seen that movie either.
Fun fact, that's a movie I've never seen. I know of it.
Yeah. But we are just about out of time. I want to thank everybody for tuning in today. It was great seeing so many friendly faces and some new faces in the chat. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful week. Stay safe out there. I know we're coming up to a big holiday weekend next weekend with July 4th, America's 250th birthday. So be safe, be smart, stay hydrated with this heat that's coming through. And we look forward to seeing everybody here for more Anime-Zing Radio next Sunday on, when we come back live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Until then, have a wonderful week. Stay safe, and we'll see you back for more.
Bye.
Nighty night.